Here, your agent guide, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different from usual. Instead of looking at the real estate market on a kind of broader national level, I'm going to start out looking at some national news and then bring it down more local to the Snohomish County, Washington area. So if you're here for more national news, just the beginning of the video is going to apply to you. Some of my closing thoughts might be useful too though, so stick around for that. So if you've been following real estate news at all this year, either because you're thinking about selling or buying, or maybe you just enjoy it, you've noticed that this year has been all over the place. Huge swings in the market. Interest rates are up, they start to come back down, now they're back up again. There are a couple of things that we can look at to kind of get an idea for where we're at and where we're headed. On a national level, nationally, Freddie Mac does a survey once a week of the 30-year interest rate, a 5/1 ARM, and a 15-year mortgage interest rate. On the 30-year right now, we're back up again a little bit at 5.55%, kind of as a survey of the average rate offered for a 30-year loan. As a leading indicator to that, sort of a bellwether for what direction mortgage rates are heading, the 10-year Treasury has also crept back up this week, meaning we'll probably still continue to see rates go back up. And if you want to have a good idea on the direction of rates, keep your eye on the 10-year Treasury. One of the other interesting pieces of news that I looked up this week was the median home purchase price in the United States. Every month we kind of take a look at it and it gives us an idea for what direction the market is headed. Nationally, Redfin.com and their data center reported that in the month of July, our month over month median purchase price in the United States was actually down. But year over year, it was still up over 7%. So we're still seeing growth over last year, but we're starting to back off some of the crazy highs that we saw. So what does that mean for us here locally in the Snohomish County, Washington area? Well, if we look at the median purchase price in Snohomish County, unfortunately, we're still not backing off of the highs. Month over month, we were still definitely up on the median purchase price, and year over year, residential median purchase price was up by 14%, and condos were up by 10%. And probably the most interesting thing that I've noticed over the last month, and maybe the most interesting statistic, is that the growth in inventory, the large amount of listings that we've had over the last several months, is slowing. Less new homes are coming onto the market. When we look back at June, we see that we were averaging 52 new listings per day throughout the month of June. And we were only seeing about 45 homes sold per day. As we moved into July, the number of new listings slowed a little bit to 47 new listings per day, but the number of homes sold slowed even more down to 33, meaning that the homes that were coming onto the market were not being absorbed as quickly as buyers were buying them, increasing our months of supply. And right now, if you're looking for a condo, we're at about a month and a half of supply. If you're looking for a residential home, we're at about 1.9 months worth of supply. The interesting shift happened this month. I double checked the numbers every day, so these are not finalized numbers, these aren't official statistics, but from what I'm seeing, we've slowed down to an average new listing rate per day of 34 and an average home sold per day of 32, meaning that there are fewer sellers coming onto the market, but buyer demand month over month has stayed about the same. Hopefully today's video is providing you value, and if it is, please consider hitting the like button to help the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment below for what has stood out to you. So what does it mean to you in the marketplace right now? Well, from what we're seeing, I think uncertainty is beginning to really enter the marketplace. One, in September, we typically do begin to see, and in August, a slowdown just for seasonality. We begin to see fewer people sell because they're getting ready for the school year, they're taking less vacations as the weather shifts, and this is normal. But I also have to wonder if the uncertainty of the marketplace is keeping sellers back out a little bit because they're concerned that they won't be able to get the best price possible anymore. For buyers, I do think we're going to continue to see a slowdown as interest rates continue to go up, just because it's hurting their ability to afford the home that they want. However, if you are a seller and you're asking yourself, should I sell? Like I said in my previous video of, is it too late to sell in 2022? I don't think it is. I think if you want to sell, now is still a perfectly good time to do so. It's just very important that you price your home correctly when you put it on the marketplace. Homes are still selling in 3, 4, 5 days. Pricing your home in the sweet spot ahead of the direction of the market is going to make a huge difference for how long your home is on the market. And if you're a buyer in the marketplace, what does this news mean for you? Well, as interest rates continue to go back up again, affordability is getting more constricted. So you have a gamble to make. Is it better to sit on the sideline and wait and hope that home prices meaningfully depreciate? Or is it better to buy now and hope that interest rates will go down enough that you can then refinance into a better and more affordable payment? My advice, if you're a buyer, I personally would still buy in this market, but I would be very careful to make sure that I can afford the mortgage on the home. If I go with an ARM product, or if I go with like a 2-1 buy down product, I'm going to want to make sure that as the rate goes up, it's still a mortgage payment I can afford. That way, the gamble of whether or not interest rates will go down isn't going to cripple or debilitate you in the future. Of course, always you have to know your own risks and the data in your marketplace. So if you don't live here in Snohomish County, Washington, find a local real estate partner that can help you with the local stats and data so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. And of course, if you need help finding a real estate agent, I would be more than happy to help you do that. Your Agent Guide offers an agent placing service where I will do the work of verifying the performance of an agent in your area and finding one that is a match for you in your needs. As I mentioned earlier, if you're a seller in the marketplace, kind of wondering whether or not it is too late to sell in 2022, check out this video over here answering that exact question. And if you're a buyer, check out this video on the good news for buyers in the current marketplace. As always, have a great day, and thank you for watching.